This is a 60 euro PS4. How did I get it so cheap? Well, it wasn't reading any discs. And let me tell you, this PS4 had shit that you couldn't clean off. So much skunk. Like when you sit on the toilet and you can't take the shit around the bowl when you clean it with that thing. Yeah, that kind of shit. But first, a message from our sponsor. Just fucking with you, let's get the controller out of the way. I got this one for 10 euros and well, it was also in horrible condition. At one point I thought I would catch the T-virus with all that gunk that had in it. There was a lot of work to be done, but ultimately it was worth it. Here she is now and she's a beauty. I haven't had one in years because I never actually owned the PS4. And the times I did hold one, it felt like bliss. It just felt like holding a plastic cloud. I don't think words can explain how much of an upgrade this is compared to its older brother. The only thing that still bothers me to this day though are the share and options buttons. What was wrong with the start and select? Like seriously, what were they thinking? A share option? Just make it into one of the options in the menu. Jeez! Anyways, it's a pretty bitchy thing to bitch about such a minor thing. The touchpad feels really cool and interesting, although I haven't used it a lot in the games yet. But check this, you can type with it. Also, don't forget that this was almost 12 years ago and it still feels very modern. I still remember seeing them in the stores when I still didn't know how to tie my shoes, and I fondly remember saying that this console looks like it's from the future. Overall, the console was a very much needed update from the DualShock 1, 2 and 3. They did get the job done perfectly fine, but the design was getting too old. And let's not talk about the Hulk Hogan mustache controller. Okay, let's get to the meat and the potatoes. I never owned a PS4, and the biggest reason of why I didn't own one was the PS Plus. Coming from the PlayStation 3 where the online play was free and the PS Plus was just an extra thing, I was really turned off by the idea of paying just to play online. Plus, see what I did there? I also never paid once for PS Plus in PS3. If I say plus one more time, I will plus myself. Obviously, I do understand the benefits of the PS Plus today, but back then it was such a wild concept for me. This here is such a beauty. It's unexpectedly small, sleek, and it has physical buttons for the open and eject buttons. Which I know, right? Crazy! Physical buttons! I never understood the concept of touch buttons as they're prone to fail very easily. Plus, I can't tell which one's which! I always remember back when there were rental stores, they had PS4 to try them out and stuff, and the buttons never worked. Also, the fat model, well, it's fat. And it looks like a sandwich. Okay, let's plug this bitch in. The first thing you hear when you power on the console is the background ambience, which literally almost brought me to tears when setting up the console, which by the way, it's very fast. You're just 3 clicks and boom, you're good to go. I don't know how they cooked so hard with this one back in 2013, but it's fucking incredible. I wish I knew who made this so I could kiss them on their forehead. Anyway, looking at the menu, it's a big change from the iconic XMB menu, but it's very easy to get around and you immediately feel at home. That is until you connect to PSN in 2024. It immediately jumps to a slower frame rate and every time you select a game, it shows the news, DLC, etc., which is kinda cluttering my screen. I guess back in 2013 it would be smoother, but yeah, now it's just meh. So, let's put on a disc and let's get to gaming. Now that we're here, let's talk about the game cases. They're just about the same size as a PS3 game case, which I guess kept consistency, but instead of being a transparent case, it's now blue, which I think looks cool and makes it look more futuristic with the whole blue PS4 aesthetic. One sad thing about them though is the lack of manuals. Most of them are now digital and you're just left with a thin plastic paper, making the whole experience of opening a new game much less exciting. Alright, it's finally time to start gaming. Damn it! This is why this generation of video games is fucked. Why do I have to wait 15 to 30 minutes to play the games? Why are you teasing me? I already spent so much time trying to get the game. Now let me play. Now, I do understand that the games get bigger and bigger, but any game you put in, it's the same thing. Okay, so while the PS4 game installs, let's talk about the PlayStation Store. I think it's pretty cool and smooth compared to the Xbox One, in my opinion, and the deals are very good and there's just so much thing to get exclusively just from there. I prefer playing the games physically, but I'm sure the PlayStation Store is the way to go for a lot of people. Here is where the PS4 shines. It has so many exclusive games: Bloodborne, The Last of Us Part 2, Infamous, Ratchet & Clank. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. And the list goes on and on and on. The games looked crazy good back then, and they still look, hold and feel perfectly fine in 2024. Obviously, it's kind of expected at this point since every generation gets better and better. The fact that the PS4 is still alive and kicking is a testament to its quality. So, that's the €60 PS4 experience in 2024. I got it broken and dirty, but after a little love and effort, it's back to running like a champ. For such a low cost, I've got access to one of the best gaming libraries out there, even to this day. If you're looking for a budget-friendly way to a game, finding a used PS4 and fixing it up might be one of the best deals you can get. It's like rediscovering the console all over again, without the 2013 price tag. Thanks for watching. Till then, see ya.